Well then folks, this is day 4, it is just gone 10 past 2 and oh my goodness me, what a day. So yesterday we were having engine problems and then I was left on my own to my own devices on board. So today's been the first full day of the trip back that I've been on my own, and because there's locks a few miles up, I'm only going to travel up there a bit later. Hopefully, if the engine holds. Spoke to one chap who said he had smoke coming up and put some water in and everything was fine, and then my mind and my heart was at ease and everything was good and nice and calm. Then a bit further up I spoke to an engineer who started talking about all sorts of things that cost thousands of pounds to fix. So that's set me terrified and worrying for the day. So anyway, walked up a few miles there to the locks, came down, probably about half a mile away, I don't know, a good distance away, I could see Tilly back end out right across the canal. I was like, oh, what now? So I ran probably the fastest I've ever run in my life down to find that the back mooring peg had come loose in some very marshy, boggy grass and soil, and she was just all over, flapping all over the place on the canal. So managed to fetch her under control pretty sharpish, and I was just moored up again, and my goodness me, how those pins hammered in. Well folks, I don't know if you can see the moon disappearing behind some clouds there. I'm moored up a few miles, maybe 1 or 2 outside Market Drayton. I'm unfortunately facing the opposite way to the way that I wanted to be, and I've travelled, like I say, maybe 1 or 2 miles in this day. My apologies, this place is an absolute tip as I'm once again doing some cleaning. Well, I can honestly say this has been the most difficult, stressful and just demanding in every way day of my life. You saw my video earlier about all the stuff with engine problems yesterday, and then the boat coming untied and all sorts of stuff like that. Well, I finally made the move. There's a fly buzzing around. I finally made the move to get up to the Adderley locks just up here. Probably was running the engine for about 10 minutes when the temperature light started flashing and it was all kicking off, and then about 20 seconds after that it was like a big poof, and a huge cloud of steam came from underneath the deck, and as you can imagine that was a terrifying moment. So I managed to pull over to the side, and luckily it wasn't too far to walk back to a boatyard where somebody came out and walked down with me back to Tilly, and we had well, I say we, this chap had a look underneath and fiddled about and attached a pipe back that had popped off, and had all sorts of useful advice and things that I just had no idea about, obviously, as you would imagine being me. Then we turned her around and took her to the boatyard, and he tightened up the bolts keeping the engine strapped down to the base of the boat. I asked him how much I owed him, and well, I won't repeat his exact words as this is a family show, but told me to move along and was kind enough to have gone well out of his way and beyond even the help that I'd asked him for to let me have it all on the house. So once again, I mean, well, it's very, very generous and the excellent sort of spirit of the waterways. So that was a huge boost and a help. I've been having to keep topping up a new water thing that I've completely neglected until now, and I'm literally having to top that up every few minutes as I'm moving along. So that's a scary thing. I don't know if that's gonna last or what, but I managed to travel for about an hour, I'd say. I got up to the Adderley locks and was about to moor up for the night, and everything was back on plan, only to find that there's a lip of stones underneath all of these mooring points, and well, the stern was having none of it and was just literally rubbing straight against it, and I'd say I was about a foot from the edge and just couldn't moor up. So I had to turn around and ended up facing the wrong way, and goodness knows, maybe a mile plus away from where I wanted to be. Family's coming out in the morning to try and hopefully get me through some of these locks. Fingers crossed for the engine holding up and everything running smoothly. Yes. At the minute I've been doing a bit of cleaning, and once again I've settled back and just can't tell you how much I love being on the boat. I mean, I'm in the middle of nowhere at the minute. Sorry if this is a terrible rambling, sprawling video and a shaky camera, but as you can imagine, it's been a very long, very hard day today. But the fact that I've been out here on my own and having to deal with it all, I do feel as if it's been a very important moment in my life today to have actually, for the first time ever, been an hour away from any sort of familiar friend, family or anybody that I know to come and help me out, and that to actually be a grown up and deal with all these problems myself and actually get help from people who know what they're doing and speak to strangers to come and help me out. And I do feel as if it has been an absolutely monumental moment, and even now I think I'm underestimating the sort of turning point in my life that it's been. Like I say, fingers crossed for tomorrow. I hope that everything goes well. I mean, I'm keeping an eye on the engine and everything, and there's very little more that I can do. So wish me luck, and thank you very much for watching. We'll check in again soon.